My friend and I, we got a chance to check out 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and although this film is better than the previous film, 28 Years Later, we both felt that this movie was a disappointment. My friend, he mentioned that the dialogue was really bad. He didn't feel as though the story was engaging, and I feel like with a movie like this, it should have something to where it explains what's going on. Just like the previous film, there was no explanation. They just kind of throw you into what's going on. And these kind of films, they're not really similar to what we come to know and love. So when we think about 28 years later, this one, when it came out at the movies, it had an 89% RT score, and The Bone Temple, it actually had a 69% drop. So that meant that people were more reluctant to check out this movie versus Bone Temple. But this film was all about like a father and son, and how the two of them, they bond and they go out and they hunt. And of course, they have the townspeople, but this movie didn't really explain like how we're up to this point where folks are barricading themselves, and of course you have the military that's involved as well, and you got the alpha and the other kind of zombies. But this one just had so many different things going on, and by the time you get to the end of the movie, it was just something to where you were just scratching your head wondering, okay, what did I just see? What did I just watch? Next up, you have a film called 28 Weeks Later, which is actually the sequel to 28 Days. This film is probably more engaging than the last two films of what we just got, as far as like 28 Years and The Bone Temple. I say that because there is a star-studded cast, which includes, Jeremy Renner. You got that Harold guy. He is from the show Lost, and also you also got Idris Elba, and there is also Rose Byrne, who is from the show Platonic on Apple Plus. This film just really deals with the survivors. It also deals with the zombie outbreak, and of course the military. They're actually trying to step in and they're trying to contain this outbreak. If you've noticed with this sequel, it actually has a certain particular type of cinematography, filming style, which seems to be more Hollywood compared to the original film 28 Days. 28 Days had more of a documentary style to it, but this film, even though it seemed more Hollywood-like, it basically didn't take away from the storyline, and it definitely keeps you hooked and engaged with what's going on with every twist and turn, and you just don't know what will happen to certain people. And so finally, we have a film that really started off the franchise. It is a movie called 28 Days Later, and this film has a star-studded cast. What I love about the film is, again, the cinematography, which is kind of documentary style. You got the fast-paced zombies, and of course the twists and turns of this movie, in which you don't even know what's going to happen to certain people at certain times. I think that if Sony decides to make another 28 Years film and it be the final one, I think that they should do better marketing. Probably don't rush out and have a film come out so soon. And if they want to keep going past this final film that they're going to try to do, then why not just have a TV series? There's so many different streaming services now, so somebody would be willing to probably come out with a 28 Years television show. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think that they should just end the series? Personally, I think that they should just end the franchise after like one more movie and just try to come up with something else.